Okay, welcome to What's Going On. I'm your host, Corey Strock, with my co-host, Lynnete Hapgood. We're here today with CSD board candidate Brian Lucid. Brian, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Corey.
Well, thank you. Thanks for joining us for this interview. You're the first of the CSD board candidates that we've interviewed so far this year. We're hoping to get you all in, but some people might say no. Their loss, I guess, right? So let's just start right off by having you go ahead and introduce yourself to the people, and then maybe let us know what you think your major qualifications are, or why you decided to run. Just a quick overview, and then Lynnete and I will hopefully pepper you with some questions, and we can get into it.
Sure, will do. And like I said before, I appreciate you guys for doing this. I think it's important for folks to know who they're voting for, how they think, what they're going to do when they're elected. So I appreciate this forum to come here and do that and tell you a little bit about myself and what I think, so you can make the best decision. Because I think we have I think everybody that's running is qualified to do the job. So everybody's trying to figure out who's the best person to do the job, and that all depends on what you're looking for. So I'm going to tell you about myself and see if I'm that guy. But I'm very humbled by watching the CSD meetings and seeing the challenges they face, and seeing how they make the decisions they do with the limited information they do on some really tough stuff. I mean, the stuff that they're managing for us spans the 18 services, and what they're doing is a hard job, and I think they're all doing really well. So I appreciate what they're doing. So a little bit about me. I'm a retired Army officer. I served for about 22 years of active duty. So I graduated. What that means is I retired. When we came here, we came here from Fort Hood, Texas, and I did a couple we bought our house in 2005 when it was a lot. It went up. So we moved in here. I did my last couple of tours in the Army from here. In fact, my last one, I just retired in 2012. My last tour was in Korea. And I was there unaccompanied while my wife Indra and the kids were back here in Mountain House. And I have Indra's my wife. She saved me from myself. And I'm very grateful to that. I'm very grateful that by the way, bless you. But I'm grateful that we made it through the Army and stayed intact.
Sure, we are too. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for your service. I'm sure that it's probably pretty interesting. 22 years. That's a long time.
It is, and you get exposed to a lot of things. I think what it suits me to the board, because it's naturally some leadership training, and having to deal with hard stuff when you don't have enough resources to get stuff done. And that's how I see the board. They don't have enough resources to get everything done that they're challenged to do. So I think I could help out there with my experience. Some of my experiences, I've deployed to Iraq in 2003 to 4. That was the invasion. I was a movement control officer there, so my job was to plan route convoys and stuff. I wasn't out on a gate with a gun or anything like that, but I was planning convoys, planning our deployment. The guy I used to brief was General Odierno. He's our current Chief of Staff of the Army, and you see him on the news a lot. So that was starting my day when I was at Fort Hood and we were going over. My day started by briefing him, and then and the long shifts of stuff we were doing before we went over. Long story short, so we did Iraq. I did that stuff. I really enjoyed Korea. That was my last assignment. In between there, I've been to a lot of different places. I started off in the infantry. I did all those schools, and then they made me a transportation officer. So I got a lot of training in logistics, and that's what I did, was logistics for the Army.
Right.
And got to go to a lot of schools, got to have a lot of neat experiences, and a lot of it was fun. I mean, we lived in Germany. We got married in Hawaii, my wife Indra and I.
That's nice. Hawaii's nice.
My daughter was born
Jealous now.
But yeah, we got to see a lot of things that people don't normally see. My daughter.
What's going on? Yeah, what's going on?